Hello, I'm Jack Levine, founder of Four Generations Institute, and I'm so pleased to share the story of Florida Healthy Start. It's really the story of a visionary named Lawton Chiles. We called him the grandfather governor. Born in 1930 in Lakeland, Florida, Lawton Chiles went to undergraduate school at the University of Florida and then joined the military and was an artillery officer during the Korean War. Came back home, ran for the state legislature successfully, ran for the state senate successfully, and in 1970 put on his boots and walked the state of Florida as an underdog candidate for the U.S. Senate. Won his first race, won his second race, won his third race, served 3 full terms, 18 years in the U.S. Senate. During his third term, his grandson, Lawton IV, was born low birth weight. Extremely low birth weight, about 1 pound 6 ounces. And while visiting Lawton in the neonatal intensive care unit, he realized there was something about Florida's health and Florida's baby's health that he just never knew. And what he didn't know was how sorry, that was his word, we were at having healthy babies in our state. As a matter of fact, we ranked 4th from the worst in the nation on the health and the mortality of our babies. So he not only visited his own grandson, but he looked around the neonatal unit and realized there was a whole lot of babies who needed help. So he founded the National Commission to Prevent Infant Mortality and brought a whole range of experts in the field of child health and education together just to figure out what could be done about this emergency. He decided not to run for a 4th term in 1988 and took a couple of years off. These were his thinking years. And in 1990, put his boots back on and ran for governor and succeeded, elected governor in November of 1990. One of his first priorities upon taking office was to create something that didn't exist anywhere in the nation, which was a statewide focus on the health of babies called Healthy Start, which was passed unanimously by the Florida legislature in 1991. So in fact, we're going into the year 2021 in the 30th anniversary of Healthy Start. Healthy Start is an innovative program. It's structured through 32 geographically centered coalitions. I call it community-based. And each one is a little different. There's an old expression, when you've seen one Healthy Start coalition, you've seen one Healthy Start coalition, because they really do reflect the uniquenesses of our diverse geography and demography of Florida. Their purpose is pretty simple, but also pretty profound. It's to universally screen pregnant women. And if there are going to be some problems that are predictable, whether they be health problems or emotional problems, there is an array of services that are brought to bear so that pregnancy can be as successful as possible and the baby can be as healthy as possible. In the life of Healthy Start in Florida since 1991, Florida women have given birth to 6.6 million babies. That's a whole lot of babies. And remarkably, in the life of Healthy Start, Florida has one of the greatest achievements, which is a reduction of infant mortality of more than 18% since our founding. Now, we're not the best in the nation, but our progress has been among the best in the nation. And considering our tremendous growth, it really is a mark of tremendous, tremendous achievement. Now, every year, we've got to fight for resources. It's not only public resources, but also private resources, because investment in health is a requirement to save dollars and, of course, save lives. When it comes to kids, it's not whether we pay, it's when. And prevention is, as the saying goes, the best medicine. And there's no better example of that than Healthy Start, because when a child is born healthy and a child is born with the positive environment that they need, chances are they're going to go on and learn better, earn better, and be a successful adult. Now, there's a private story I want to tell, which is really a story of the birth of our second son. Our first son was born very healthy in 1980 1. In 1985, Joshua was born. Full term, but he had ingested meconium, which made his breathing very, very problematic. As a matter of fact, there was some infection in his lungs. He was the fattest little baby, not so little really, in neonatal intensive care for more than a week. It was during that week when he was fighting for survival that my advocacy went from the sidelines right into the field, realizing that it is not only an economic imperative, an advocacy imperative, but it was a family issue. I wanted others to realize that the health of our babies and the stability of our families is so important, not only in a political sense or a policy sense, but in a personal sense. Because when we think about it, the stages of our life, our generations, are so essential to our own emotional well-being. Now, that little baby who survived very, very well, very precocious, I should say, is now a dad himself. So we're into another generation. My wife and I are graced to have a very, very healthy, almost 3-year-old granddaughter. And come this fall, we're going to have another addition to the family. Julianne's going to be a big sister. And by the way, that little 1 pound 6 ounce Lawton Charles IV not only survived, but he is in his late 30s today and doing very, very well. A great success story. Why do I share this story of Lawton Charles and his achievement and Florida's achievement? Because it's an ongoing story. It's an everyday story. Every day, Florida women give birth to about 604 babies. That's every day. As a matter of fact, that's 25 every hour, and there are no hours or days off. So on the ongoing struggle to make sure that our babies are born healthy, we have Healthy Start. We're graced to have Healthy Start. It is our way of saying there is a future that we govern. So any way, every way, we could gather the forces together to advocate for the funding and the perpetuation of such a successful program is a dollar well spent and also time well spent. Please join me in celebrating our 30th anniversary of Florida Healthy Start so we can go forward and be proud of the good work and be proud of the future we are governing. Thank you so much.